Hi, welcome to your physical exam. Today we're going to be working on the shoulders. So I'm going to start off by just inspecting. I'm not seeing any swelling or discoloration or asymmetry, especially looking at where the shoulders sit. So that's great. And then I'm going to move on to palpating. So I'm going to start with palpating your joints, so the sternoclavicular. I'm going to kind of do one side at a time. Follow the clavicle up. We got this the acromion here, and then I'm also going to wiggle her arm around a bit just to make sure I have the right joint. Perfect. Along the spine of the scapula. Feeling on the other side too. Any pain or tenderness with any of this?
No.
Okay. So no pain or tenderness. Joints all feel good. No crepitus. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to range of motion. So I'm also, while I'm palpating, because we're dealing with the shoulders, I'll go ahead and palpate just along the C-spine, make sure that there's no tenderness there. Was there any pain or tenderness?
No.
Okay. So if you could for me, go ahead and touch your chin to your chest, and then go ahead and go all the way back with your head. And then if you come back to center, do this ear to this shoulder, opposite ear to the other shoulder. And then if you could also look all the way that way for me, and then all the way the opposite way. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and get ready with your shoulder range of motion. So if you could go ahead and take your arms and raise them as high as you can up this way. You're going to go ahead and check and see. Looks like she has full range of motion. Perfect. And then if you could take them back down and go back with me, extend them as far as you can. Wonderful. And then I'm going to go ahead and check the rotation. So if you could bring your arms up like this. So we're going to do external rotation. I'm going to come to your side. But if you could, please just lift your wrists up towards the sky. Wonderful. And then internal rotation, if you could bring them back down. Fantastic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check your abduction and adduction. So if you could take your arms, and I'm just going to also be observing her scapula on each side as we're doing this, because they should also be moving with their humerus. So if you could please take your arms and raise them all the way up towards the sky, going from the side. Yep, perfect. And then back down. And it looks like the scapula are moving at about a 1 to 2 ratio with the humerus. And then also, just to make sure you can do your adduction, can you come forward like this? Great. Now that we've done inspection, palpation, range of motion, we're going to go ahead and do your strength testing. So first off, we'll check your deltoids. So if you can make 2 chicken wings for me. Don't let me push down. Great. Now if you could make a little boxer fist for me. All right, don't let me pull out. Don't let me push in. Fantastic. And that's checking your biceps and triceps. And next thing, if you could please, if you could do the empty can out to the 45-degree angle, and then don't let me push down. Fantastic. And now we're gonna do your external and internal rotation. So if you could hold your arms out like this and try to push out against me. Fantastic. And then if you could do, we're gonna do the lift-off test. So that's for internal rotation. So if you could take your arm and kind of hold it out around your back like that. Wonderful. And then don't let me push in. Great. And can you do the other arm? Don't let me push in. Fantastic. So now that completes all our strength maneuvers, so we're going to go ahead and move on to sensory. So when you feel this and you feel this, do they feel the same on both sides?
Yes.
Okay, what about up here?
Yes.
Okay, what about if I come back here?
Yes.
Okay, and what about like up here, just on your neck? Okay, perfect. So now that we've done inspection, palpation, range of motion, strength, and sensory, we're going to go ahead and move on to special test. So to begin with the special test, we're going to do the NIRS test, which I'm going to have you just sit down here. That way you can be nice and relaxed. And I'm basically going to take each of your arms. I'm going to have you relax for me. And I'm going to turn your arm in like this. And just let me know if you feel any pain as I lift up.
Yeah.
And same thing on the other side. Now relax your arm, turn your hand. Wonderful. And then while I have your arms, I'm also going to do the Hawkins test. So sort of same thing, relax your arm, go ahead and bring it up to about this angle, and then any pain here?
No.
Okay. Same thing on the other side. Relax. Any pain?
No.
Okay. Wonderful. So now we are going to also check for posterior impingement. So relax your arm and just, does that hurt at all?
No.
Okay. Same thing on the other side. No? Okay. Now if you could for me, could you make 2 big Popeye biceps like this? Wonderful. And then just don't let me pull out. Okay, great. Other side. Fantastic. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the speed, which I'm gonna have you hold out your hands like this. And if you could just not let me push down. Fantastic. So the last 3 tests that we're gonna do are the O'Brien test and then also the apprehension followed by the relocation test. And that's assuming that you would have pain from the apprehension test. So for the O'Brien test, I'm going to have you hold out your hand like this. And then, okay, and then up with your thumb up towards the sky. Perfect. Wonderful. And then other side, same thing. Bring down. Great. And then bring it back up. Fantastic. It's about the same on both sides. So now if you could for me, can you lay down on the table? We're going to go ahead and do the apprehension test. So I'll just do it on the one side for the purpose of the video. But I'm going to make sure that the patient is laying so that their shoulder is off the examination table. And I'm going to make sure that their arm is nice and relaxed. And so then I'm going to take her arm and I'm going to hold here at the elbow. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to try to pop as if I would be bringing the humeral head out this way. And if she expressed that that was bringing her any sort of pain, then I would do the relocation test, which would be that I'd push down where that humeral head would be coming out and then do the same thing. And it would feel a lot more, it would feel like a lot less pain on the patient. So that would conclude our shoulder test. Thank you to my patient. Thank you, class.